red leather gloves, we're slapping in hams, popcorn and peanuts, we're working the stands, pink cotton candy, love on a stick, was chasing the beer, that circle the lips, play ball, play ball. Load up the bases and smack it right over the wall.
Play ball.
Play ball.
And we're back. Laughter saves lives.
Live brought to us by Barish and McGarry, lawyers for the 9/11 community. Yeah.
See how it's so much better now?
Wow.
You bring it up and I go right with you.
It's like
good. We got the logo this week.
It's like when Partridge Family and the mother sang along.
It's nice to be here, Rich.
Yeah, look at our fancy screen we have.
Yeah. Now, Richie and I, let's see how we want the viewers to tune in and say, guys, you were looking at the screen very nicely. Because there's a big TV up there. We don't want to look at that.
No.
We want to look at the camera.
If we look at the big TV, we're like this.
We want to look into your soul and feel our fall. Am I right?
That's right.
Feel them.
That's it. We feel our audience.
So I am non-COVID with a cold.
Yeah.
Cough.
I'm hoping.
Yeah. No, I am. And
he's on his 10th cough drop over here.
but you know, I babysit the grandchildren, right? And the 6-year-old, he's in school with the kids. 6-year-olds do not cough like into this. They're on the other side of the room and they approach you as they cough into your open mouth.
That's right.
They're like, I go, well, Vincent, what the frig? You know, he's jumping all over me, which I love. You know, I love. He's always on me wrestling.
Yeah.
I have a few guys that I do with him. I say, you know, who's here today? Punchy guy, and then they come in, pow, 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 pow.
Right.
Then karate guy. So he goes,
Tickle Man.
Yeah, Tickle Man is one of them. Yeah. So he always says, Grandbabs, who's with you today? You know, and we do the whole thing. I love it. So I went to a few doctors this week.
Yeah, how'd it go? Tell everybody.
What?
No, tell us.
Don't make me laugh. It went well. The cardiologist sent this is the new thing. I didn't know this because I wasn't going on to the computer in my chart. Do you look at your results on the computer?
No, I downloaded my chart.
Finally.
I have no idea what it is or how to work it.
You're better off. Here's why. Here's why. The new law, not how new it is, my wife, is that they need to post your results as soon as they get them, even if the doctor did not look at them yet.
Ooh.
So now you're reading these results.
Yeah.
And my results, it started with abnormal. Cardiologist, abnormal.
Right. So you flipped out.
Well, I didn't flip out, but I'm like, all right, what does abnormal mean, right?
Right.
Now I'm reading all of this stuff and 57%. I'm like, oh my God, 57%.
Yeah.
Calling Les Deegan because he had the heart thing, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, I think I just broke hip. So I'm, doing all. Finally, the secretary calls me or his assistant.
Right.
And I explained, I go, what? Oh, and I told you when they took the first test, she went like this. Anybody ever told you had a, what is it called, an anomaly? With the heart. What is that called?
Like a murmur?
Murmur. She says to me, has anybody ever told you that you had a murmur before?
Oh.
And I said to her, no. And she says, okay.
Doesn't like 1 out of every 3 people have a heart murmur?
But she just says, okay.
Yeah.
And turns it back to me and is going on I go, hold it, right? So now I'm reading. So now, John, everything's fine. It could have been this, could have been that, a little shadow. But since they wanted to make sure I was under a doctor's care for diabetes and triglycerides. How do you say that?
Triglycerides.
Yeah. And I was, all right, no problem. I felt good. Yeah. Then they called me today. He wants you to make an appointment for 3 months from now. What?
They want to check the murmur again.
There's no murmur.
You want to know what's scary? You know what scares me? Because I'm type 2, diabetic as well. The doctors are somehow, I feel great, are very concerned when they hear that. They're like type 2 diabetes. They're like, okay, we're going to have certain tests.
Well, I think the problem is if they saw something which was minor, part of the reason they saw something may be because you have diabetes. Are you being treated for diabetes? That was the deal. Yes?
Yeah.
Okay, you're fine. Then I went to the urologist. That was yesterday.
Oh.
I got a ticket for head out parking with the car in Garden City. You got to park head in.
Oh.
Now, there are people in
You
that
didn't see the
office. That's a
sign?
big building with cancer, with all of this. They're giving them a ticket because they parked the car in a spot. So I wasn't out with that. So I go in, and I'm an idiot, Richie. What's going to get done at the urologist,
What?
right? Your finger exam, right? The digit exam. He's going to stick his finger, check your prostate.
Maybe.
Not maybe. I requested it.
Oh, you requested
Yeah,
it.
I always request.
Because my urologist is like, yeah, there's nothing wrong with you. Like, you know, I like
He doesn't
don't
do
have to. I don't even unbuckle my pants.
Really?
He's like, yeah, there's nothing wrong with you. I go, I don't get it. But what did he put you on?
No, I have prostate cancer in my family. When I go to the
Oh.
dentist, I ask them to give me a prostate exam. I'm
Right.
very concerned.
I would.
So I walked in.
Well, that's how they go in now.
They go that way now. You get a full and complete.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. So I walk in, and like an idiot, I look at my calendar and I go,
Yeah.
oh, I'm going to the urologist. And not thinking,
Right.
because listen, it's not a big deal. Get your prostate checked out. I was uncomfortable for 35
Yeah.
seconds, guys. Get it checked out. So I go in there like an idiot, and I go, urologist, and the nurse comes in. She's talking to me. She says, all right, he's going to come into the digital. I go, wait a second. Oh, that's right. He's going to stick his finger up my Watusi and check out. Oh, I go, I wasn't mentally prepared for that. You got to prepare a little bit.
Really?
Can you walk right? If you walked into the dentist and he said, I'm going to give you a rectal exam, you need preparation.
Right.
Give me 10 minutes, right? So then he says, the nurse is preparing, and she takes out this curling iron. Looks like a curling iron. And she had mentioned sonogram.
Right. They waved that one.
You know, that's what I was hoping. They waved the wand over my belly, maybe over the back of my ass.
Pelvis, whatever.
No.
What'd she do with this one?
They lubed it up, and the doctor went, hello.
What is it? A camera?
Hello.
Scope?
It is a sonogram of the anal cavity.
Oh my God.
And again, I was uncomfortable for maybe 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Take care of yourself, guys and gals. Get the test done. It wasn't a big deal. I just should have thought, it was being done.
Yeah.
How we doing with time?
Thank God you're okay.
I worked out this week.
You did? I should have went to the gym today, but I fell asleep.
Who are you asking how we're doing on time?
We always have
Richie.
No, we always have a
Richie, I just looking at I'm
meter,
really
a
talking to
camera.
myself. I was
Yeah.
talking to myself.
Okay,
Talking to myself. So
we have to go to our first guest. That's how
Yes.
much time.
Yes.
let me just finish this quick. So I went to the gym this week.
Yeah.
I like to go in, but I'm not a big workout guy. Looking at me and
Right.
say, how does he get all his muscles?
Right.
They have this thing there, half-hour workout.
Yeah.
You go in, it's crunch gym, and you do this machine, right? Then you go to the next machine,
Right.
do the next one,
It's
right?
a circuit.
You just go down a half-hour, nice little quick workout.
Yeah.
There's always one friggin' muscle guy who should be in the back on the big muscle machines, sitting on the machine with his headphones right, does a set, then he sits there.
Yeah.
I'm sick of punching these guys in the face. I'm going to get in trouble. I walk by, I go, bang, like that. What are you doing?
Right. And he went like this.
Exactly. All right, we're going to go to break, and we'll be back with our first guest, Aimee.
We're
from
not.
Cat
We're,
Six.
no, we're not going to break.
Okay, he just jumped back in the chair from the kitchen.
Commercial break. Garish and McGarry.
No.
Yes.
All right, we're going to skip it then.
All
Let's
right,
go to our
skip it.
first guest.
Skip it. She's
We're
right.
going to bring her out right now.
From Cat 6, Aimee Reitzen. Aimee, am I pronouncing your last name right?
It's Reitzen.
You sure?
Yes, I'm sure.
Aimee, are you all right? First of all, Butch, I'm going to say this on the Butch was right. We were
Yeah.
supposed to go to you first.
Right.
He's going to, you think his head is big enough now when you saw him on the screen. It's going to get big. And who is with you, Aimee?
Who's this?
Mr. Will.
This is Will.
Hello, buddy.
Hello.
How are you?
Yeah, he's doing awesome. Do you want to tell him how you're doing?
Now, Will, we did a fundraiser a few weeks ago. Yes, Rich Walker was on the show.
I was
We
there.
had a ball. We presented Aimee with the big check.
We
For
do
around
have pictures. We have pictures.
All right.
We presented Aimee with the big check of $2,250. I don't mean big, a lot of money. I mean the big check.
Do you want to see?
And It was a fun night. No, Aimee?
It was a blast. Oh, there we are, Willie.
There we are.
Look at that.
That's a great picture.
It's great.
I know.
My wife's handwriting. And there's Rich Walker at this. This
Look
is
at that.
this is as loud as the audience got. This is a video. This isn't a still.
That's not true.
Richie was so funny. It was a great night. Tell us a little bit about Cat 6 and how Will communicates.
Yeah, so Will has a very rare disease called Cat 6 syndrome. This is actually like good timing to come on and raise awareness because yesterday was International Rare Disease Day. So although Will, his disease is really rare and that there's only around like 300 diagnoses in the whole world.
Who is in your family?
Oh, sorry. He hit his.
That's all right.
There's hundreds of thousands of people living in this world with rare conditions. And so a big part of our mission is raising awareness and advocacy so that we get equity in healthcare and treatment. It's really hard to get diagnosed and to have doctors that really know what they're doing.
Right.
They're so rare. But one thing our foundation does is we help supply equipment and tools to families so that they can best support their children in their homes. Will's condition's so rare that there isn't even like a medical code for it yet.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's therapies that I get for Will that I have to pay out of pocket for because the insurance is like, well, what's your disorder? There's there's no proof that, this actually helps with that disorder. So, it's definitely a challenge and it comes with a hefty expense. So one thing our foundation does is we help families purchase equipment. And one thing is like communication software that Will has. This is on an iPad. There's like thousands of words on this device.
Can he turn the page on that? Is there pages, Aimee?
Oh yeah, there's tons of lists. So he has like his favorite TV shows on here, his favorite people in the family, like all his teachers, his classmates. He requests everything he wants to eat. He can make funny little comments. When you were actually on and we were muted, he was laughing and hitting. This is so fun. This is so fun.
Can you hit something first now?
Yeah, sure. So hey, Will.
Brace yourself because he hits not funny.
Thank you.
Oh, he just
Oh, you're
Thanks,
welcome.
Will.
You're welcome.
Thank you for letting us in your life and letting us do the show. That was so much fun. Can I ask how much does a unit like that cost?
So this is a regular iPad. So whatever the cost of, there's various levels of iPad.
Right, the software.
But then this software is about $300.
Oh, okay.
So it ranges, depending on what you need. Will's doing pretty well and he has fine motor skills and he can use this. But there's some individuals in our community that don't have those motor skills. So they actually have special software called eye gaze and it detects where you're looking. That type of software, comes in the multi-$1,000s.
Right.
It's much more, advanced equipment. But that's just one thing our foundation does. A huge part of what we do is we raise money for research, supporting families in any way that we can.
Fantastic.
Well, thank you for letting us be a small part of it. And we would love to do it again. Can Will tell us one more thing? Like, what is his favorite food? Can he tell us that?
Oh,
You want to
interesting.
tell them your favorite food? Go ahead.
What do you like to eat, Will?
Go to your food list. Okay. Tell them what you like to eat.
What do you like to eat?
Hot dog.
Yep.
Oh, me too.
And that's what we had for dinner tonight. So that was.
So he can hear us perfectly fine.
Oh yeah, and that's a huge message that I try to give to people.
I need to use the bathroom.
Okay.
There you go. So does John. So
right.
Say bye to them, Will.
bye.
So a big part of what I try to teach people is that although Will's non-speaking, it doesn't mean that he's non-hearing or non-understanding.
Right.
I mean, he knows all his letters in the alphabet. He can count. He has a lot of abilities. And we're really grateful that we're here in this time. And
Sure.
not when I was growing up.
Yeah.
Because you're an old lady and not as old, right? You're a young chipper.
In the 1980s,
I'm
when I was
older
in
than Ricky.
elementary school, Will would have been isolated.
Yeah.
And not
Right.
included
And not being treated or helped.
All right. So we have a minute. If people wanted to find out more about Cat6 and the Rare Childhood Disease Day, where can they go?
They can go to our website, AAT6A.org. Google our foundation. We're doing a lot of great things. And, I hope that you learn more about it, especially if you have a child with any sort of developmental disability. They may be misdiagnosed right now, and your doctors may be saying they have autism or cerebral palsy or something else. But if you can pinpoint the exact genetic disorder, there's hope that there can be some medications and treatments that help them.
Thanks, Aimee. We got to go. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Will.
Bye, Will.
Good night, buddy.
Bye, Will.
Bye.
Bye. Awesome. That is awesome.
Great.
When you do a show and you raise some money for something, you kind of gets lost in everything, right?
Yeah.
But when you see that,
it pays off.
It feels good, right?
Yeah, it does.
Right. That's why I only paid you $25, right?
It's a long story. Yes.
It was a great night. Let's go to break. We'll be right back with our next guest.
If you spent time downtown on 9/11 or in the 8 months after, you were exposed to toxic air and may be eligible for compensation from the $10 billion 9/11 Victim Fund. But most people who qualify still haven't claimed what they're entitled to.
I worked downtown. I didn't die. I was an office worker. I felt like there were others who deserved the money more than I did.
A major reason people haven't claimed the money they're due is guilt. They feel guilty claiming funds when others died or were first responders.
I heard there were 9/11 funds, but because I wasn't a first responder, I did not apply.
You do not have to be a first responder to qualify. This fund was created for everyone who worked, lived, or attended school south of Canal Street, who may have experienced or have experienced respiratory illness or any of the 68 cancers linked to the toxins. Even if you have a family history of cancer, there is a presumption linking most cancers to the toxins.
I thought it was too late to make a claim. My spouse worked downtown at a bank and died of cancer. Honestly, I just haven't felt up to it.
The government's $10 billion Victim Fund and Health Program have been permanently extended. You just need to have been below Canal Street on 9/11 or at any time in the following 8 months to see if you qualify. Call or go to 911fund.com to speak to a representative of Barish and McGarry, lawyers for the 9/11 community.
There are many reasons people who are eligible for compensation are not stepping up to claim it. To those who are holding back, I would say just take the first step. Ask for help. Make the call. It's not too late.
I called and I qualified.
I qualify.
I qualify.
Millions of dollars remain unclaimed. You do not have to be seriously ill to qualify.
And we're back. Laughter Saves Lives live here on Strong Island Television. I didn't mention it up front. A Buffalo firefighter died today in an explosion.
Oh.
We just we feel for his family, especially his firefighter family, Engine 2 in Buffalo. And I forgot to mention that up front, so I'm sorry. Our next guest is, and we were supposed to have Ann on, the pastor.
Right.
Ann is like, she's been on the show, I think, the most of any guest.
Yeah.
We love Ann.
She's fun.
I don't even ask Ann what we want to talk about. She comes on and she goes from this topic to topic and feels dumb.
Yeah.
So she couldn't make it due to a family emergency. And she says, I got you, Kevin Shea. Now, any firefighter in the country knows who firefighter Kevin Shea is, now Lieutenant Kevin Shea. Wow. He is a hero. He is very well known. So I called Kevin up, and Kevin was like, I don't know if I can do this. The guy is slid on the ropes, make rescues, went into the first World Trade
Isn't that something?
I go, Kevin, you can do it. And he goes, Ann said to me, and I know this, Kevin, can you do something for me tonight? And what are you going to say? Before she tells you what are you going to say?
Yeah.
Of course.
Of course.
She goes, I want you to go on this dopey show. And he goes, oh, no.
You can't.
But he's here, Lieutenant
out.
FDNY. Kevin Shea is here. Yes. Kevin, no matter how uncomfortable it feels, you were on our hero segment.
We're
not talking about sandwiches, but I know.
I think that woman before me was the hero.
She is
great.
She is,
and her son Will.
She
Absolutely.
is. You are absolutely correct, Kevin. It's an honor to have you on. I don't think we've ever met.
No, where did you work, John?
I worked in Ladder 12, and then I went to Hazmat 1.
Okay, yeah, I did a deep Hazmat.
I was in Ladder 12 from 87 to 97, and you were in Manhattan during that time.
Yes.
Yeah. So, first of all, I remember that first roof rescue. I don't know if I was at the job, and that's what, by the way, firefighters, they call it a job. A fire is a job, right? A job. So, I don't remember if I was there. I saw it so many times on YouTube and the news that I think I was there.
But we do have a picture of it. It's black and white because I think that's all we had.
That's fine. Bring it up. What floor is this, Kevin, that this rescue is made from?
Wow.
12th floor.
So how many floors were to the building?
That was the top floor.
So 12 was the top floor?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. So explain to people what a roof rescue is. What is the training involved? How much training did you do for this? And how many times did this happen?
Well, at the time when I was hired, that was really Proby school evolution. Everybody did it. And that's always thought that was one of the strengths of the fire department was everybody's trained in that same.
Right.
roof.
I was trained and retrained.
So that day was the day that we repacked the roof rope. So I had one of the roof ropes was rescue carried 2 of them, not one like the other trucks.
Right.
Yeah.
Roof rope was all over the kitchen floor. That's where you dump it on the floor because it wasn't like the apparatus floor. It was no abrasive or oil stains.
Right.
Rope. And Kevin Dowdell from Rescue 2 was working that day and knew Kevin. And Patty Barr I'd never met from a 43 truck up in Harlem. And that's the beauty of that evolution was guys from all over the city, some I'd never even met before. And an hour and a half later, after your first cup of coffee, they are in the middle of it. And we were lucky.
Hold on 1 second, Kevin. Let me just explain what you just said. And you said it perfectly, but
Sure.
These guys don't work together that day normally.
Right.
Yeah.
They started the tour. They're fixing the rope. They take it out of the bag once a week to make sure. They were sliding off the roof. One guy was holding the rope. An hour and a half after they met, or they maybe worked together once before, but they don't work together every day.
Right.
So the people that train us are unbelievable. Am I right? Am I right, Kevin?
Yeah,
the training that
absolutely.
When you walk into the FDNY Fire Academy, what does that famous sign say, Kevin? Let no man's
I can't remember, ghost.
Let no man's ghost.
Yeah.
Say that his training let him down or something like that. Powerful. The first day you walk into Proby school, bam, you see that.
Yeah.
So, okay, now you guys show up, and the fire was on what floor?
It was top floor fire, and myself and Kevin had to go up the stairs.
All floors.
Yeah, it's something I talk about sometimes when people ask about training. And I'm sorry I haven't watched your show before, so I'm not sure what to talk about. It's all right. I'll tell you about training and that for a minute.
That's fine. Whatever you want.
Yeah. All right. So people see pictures of something, but they don't know what happened behind the pictures.
Except this. Don't talk about this. Yeah. No, I'm kidding. I'm teasing.
Training, Butch.
Right.
He's like training a doorknob. Thank you for getting my phone to work and the computer. I don't
That's
know.
great. See, you learn something new every day.
Yeah.
Go ahead. So this is interesting. It really is. This is from somebody who's a layman. I'm not a fireman.
Well, that's why I find it interesting.
Yeah.
I find it interesting, but the lay people who are watching this,
It's fascinating.
Yeah, go ahead, Kevin.
Yeah, so it was late spring was May, end of May, I think, but it was a hot day, and we had to go up 12 stories with all our gear on because the elevator you keep for the first due engine and the second due engine can throw their hose in and then go up the stairs, not having to carry their hose.
Right.
Roll ups and what have you. We don't take the elevator, and 12 stories, and you're kind of shot already.
Sure.
Had a outward door, commercial door that was locked. So that's a tougher door to force than one that opens away from you, one that opens towards you. So a lot of pounding, and Kevin Dowdell and I took that door, and just as we were taking the door, Patty Brown was our lieutenant. Gave an urgent for manpower on the roof. Need manpower on the roof immediately. So we only two radio calls like that, urgent or Mayday, and it's a level below Mayday when it's urgent. And I don't know. Just as we're finishing the door to get in, I hear that call, and I'm thinking, somebody might have stepped through a hole in the roof, and the top floor, their legs burning. And Kevin says to me, I'm going to get the guy from inside. And I said, I'm going to the roof. So he thought that the victim, which we'd seen from the street before we started this, was close enough that he could get him from inside. And I just was concerned about somebody in a jam on the roof. So we split up, and I run up to the roof then, and, I walk into the middle of a roof rope rescue starting. I'm like, oh shit,
And explain how a roof rescue starts. What do you do with the rope?
Well, at the time, not everybody had a harness. They were just starting to give them out. This was in 91.
Right.
Guys didn't have harness yet. I had one. I just recently gotten it. And Patty Barr, who I just met, I said that morning, he didn't have a harness. So Patty O'Keefe, there were 3 Patricks on the roof before I got there. Patty Barr, Patty O'Keefe, and Patty Brown. And Patty O'Keefe, I guess I tied Patty Barr into the rope, which would be we used to call it a bowline on a bike. It's basically a double loop bowline. You put both your legs through it. And then
I remember.
And a slippery hitch was like a half hitch, but secure. But you can't invert and slip out of the bowl. So to show you a brave man, Patty Barr hung himself. There's pictures and videos so much that day. There's Patty Barr hanging over the roof on a parapet wall on his arms, and he's not tied off yet. And he just did that to give the victim, Jose Gallegos, the courage not to jump. We thought he was going to jump before.
Wow.
And so
that's amazing.
That's a great guy. And it's funny because you just walk into the middle of this and you don't know what's going on. And from running up the stairs, run's the next stretch, kind of walking.
Yeah, you can't run. How much weight do we have on? How much weight we carrying?
Oh, well, that was the old high-rise bottle we had on. I had a steel bottle on my back. So that was a heavy pack. I don't know how much weight I had on. No bunker gear at the time.
Oh, yeah.
So it was regular pull-up boots, but I had the high-rise bottle on, so that was heavy.
That's crazy.
I don't know how much weight it was. And you set of irons. And then you had to force the door, so you kind of shot, And
when they say force the door, he's saying he had to break open the door because it was locked. And the door opened in, so it's even harder to force the door with the tools he had to pull the door in. To force it out, it's a little easier. So he ran up 12 flights of stairs, forced the door. You're friggin' exhausted. Now he's going to slide off the roof or hold somebody to rescue somebody. Amazing.
Everybody else had done the same. It wasn't just me. Dowdell was in the same position. And that's where you see me step out of the bulkhead and taking my coat, my helmet, taking everything off because I'm shot. I'm overheated.
Sure.
Man, I caught crap over that. I was out there. I'm wearing 108 truck shirt. 108.
Wow.
Did you really? You slid off the roof, right?
No, what happened was, I'm sorry, took off my gear, and the first roof rope was already started.
Okay.
So, I had a harness, so I just wrapped the rope that had Patty Barr on the other end.
Okay.
Wraps. Looked for a substantial object. There wasn't any, nothing to tie off to. So I So I sat down on the parapet roof and just put my feet up against the parapet wall.
So he put his 2 legs against the roof, didn't tie off the rope. He was how many guys were on the back of the rope with you?
It was just me at that time. And then
just you.
Patty Brown was over the parapet wall yelling to the victim not to jump.
Oh my God.
Patty O'Keefe, when we started lowering, you see a rope, the victim go down. He jumps on to Patty Barr, doesn't give Patty Barr a chance to grab him.
Right.
And it's fortunate the way it went because Patty Barr is a stronger man than me, was a stronger man at the time. And he was able to hold him, had a terrible hold on him, had his legs wrapped around Jose, and is just holding him against his chest. And you see Jose slipping a little bit. And so you remember, it's not technical rescue. There's no connection. It's just you holding the guy.
He just wrapped his legs and arms.
The guy was actually, he panicked.
Of course, he jumped out of the 12th floor. Fire was pushing him out.
I was right there. Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow.
And now you're holding both of them.
Yeah, that's why you see the rope go down, and that's me on the other end going up.
Yeah.
And some other guys got there and pulled me back down.
Okay, so sooner or later somebody came behind you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Okay, so this is amazing because this is just one incident. We got to go, but we got to have him back.
One thing though, John, before you leave, because I don't think you know this, Kevin was a probie with somebody that you might know.
Oh yeah?
Tell him, Kevin.
Oh, Tommy, right?
Oh really? Did you know Tommy well?
Well, we were in probie school together, and then we ran into each other several times on the job. I didn't know him that well.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a nice guy.
Here's his picture right here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh, well, we got to have you back because we just touched the surface, man.
Yeah, this is just.
Yeah. Anytime Ann cancels on us. No, we
got to have him back.
Listen,
would you come back?
Yeah, whatever you want. For Ann, I'll do anything. You know?
I know, right? She's the best. I'm sorry, Kev, we only got into one of your stories, but it was very interesting, and I know people enjoyed it.
The hero was Aimee and her son.
I know. I knew that's what you would say. That's the kind of guy you are, my friend.
Yeah. Thank you, guys.
Thanks,
All right. Thank you.
Awesome.
We'll see you soon.
All right. We're going to go to break. We'll be right back.
How cool was that? How cool was that he knew Tommy?
Yeah.
That's great.
I didn't realize that.
I thought it was awesome.
Thanks.
Hi, I'm Arthur. Hi, I'm Arthur Lee, founder, CEO, and inventor of LifeVac, a simple rescue device that can save a child's life in a choking emergency. All these people were saved with LifeVac. People may not realize that on average, 14 people a day die from choking-related incidents. Every 5 days, one of those is a child. As simple as place, push, pull.
To learn more, please visit lifevac.net.
And we're back. Let me say something live. Strong Island Television. You should introduce the next guy, don't you think?
Yes.
You know what organization she's with?
Yes. You can bring that over here.
Well, I didn't write down his organization. That's why I'm asking you to introduce him.
All right. Our next guest is a real treat. Because
he's filling here.
Yeah, he has a foundation called Help America Here. And not only does he run this great organization, raises a lot of money and helps people get hearing aids and with hearing disability, He's also a very, very funny comedian. Would you believe that? He does it all, and he just got back from traveling in 4 states with his wife. They have a huge truck. Well, we're going to let him talk about it. All right. So let's give it up for Mitch Shapiro.
Mitch Shapiro's here.
Did I say that right, Mitch?
Hello there.
Hey. Did I say that all right?
Should I say it's good to see you, or should I say I'm lying?
Yeah.
say
So
that.
people at home don't know Mitch is also blind, and
Blind and deaf.
And yes,
What'd
he
he
can
say?
hear us. So, well, he doesn't let on. Always.
How can you hear us, Mitch? Do you use some kind of device?
Actually, the phone is set up so that when I'm on a Zoom call or whatever kind of a call, it goes right through my cochlear implants. It's through Bluetooth.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it is. I mean, I feel like you're talking right next to me right now.
It's amazing. Wow.
So tell us a little bit about your organization that you're involved with and how you got involved.
Well, I got involved. I spent about 25 years in the restaurant business. My family had 3 restaurants and catering places on Long Island.
That's right.
And one of them you may know was called the Swan Club in Rosslyn Harbor.
Yep.
And when we sold the last of the places, I didn't know what to do with my life. I got involved with a not-for-profit that was dedicated to the treatment and cures of my disease, which is known as Usher syndrome. It is a combination of retinitis pigmentosa, which is the loss of peripheral vision. It's the opposite of macular degeneration, and combined with hearing loss, that's Usher syndrome, the deafblind disease. So I volunteered on Long Island for this organization, started a couple of high-profile fundraising events, raised $9 million. I'm sorry, I take that back. Raised over $1 million for them in 9 years. And in 2004, with a group of my friends, we decided to start our own organization, which became known as Foundation for Sight and Sound. But in 2019, I changed the focus of our organization to focus on just one thing, and that was things related to hearing loss.
Right, because it was too much, right?
It's yeah.
Right. It was.
Mitch, can I ask you a question? Is this from birth that you did not see and did not hear?
To be honest with you, the hearing loss came about as when they found out my sister had a speech impediment. They had her hearing checked, and that's when they had my hearing checked, and they realized that I had hearing loss. It wasn't until I was about 24 years old. I was working at the Playboy Club in Atlanta. Now you know why I'm blind.
You poor guy.
See? That's why.
But honestly, I was driving a car for 4 years, had about 15 somewhat car accidents, and had my last crash, and the doctor wanted me to get my eyes checked, and that's when they found out about my vision loss. I was 24 years old.
Oh, wow. So you had to adjust. Wow.
So just imagine if I kept driving, somebody would have gotten hurt, or I would have gotten hurt. So, you know, sometimes things happen for a reason at a certain time. But getting back to the organizational aspect of it, as you can see, I have not allowed my disability to cloud my attitude at all. That my goal in life is basically to find ways of helping other people that don't have the resources that I've had all my life.
Amazing. Right. Inspiration.
So tell us, what does Help America Here do?
Okay, what we do in our current state as Help America Here, we have 2 signature programs. One, we provide hearing aids around the country for the less fortunate who do not have the financial resources to obtain hearing aids.
Nice.
As you may know, insurance does not really cover the cost of hearing aids.
No, I know. I need one.
Okay, we'll help you with that.
That's why I brought it up, Mitch. I was hoping you were going to say that.
Well, for you, John, I do anything. You help so many people. The second important program is our Help America Here scholarship for high school hard of hearing seniors going to college for the first year.
Fantastic.
This year, through a grant that I just received, 10 students from around the country are going to receive $4,000 plus a brand new pair of hearing aids.
Wow. That is awesome.
Great.
That's $4,000 is a nice little scholarship for somebody.
Well, I'm hoping for the day that I can give away $10,000.
Wow.
You know, we're working hard to make sure that the playing field is level for those high school seniors going to college with hearing loss, because it's more challenging for them in the college settings, as you may
Mitch,
know.
tell us about the event you have coming up.
Yeah.
March 21st is our first ever casino night.
Are you doing it tonight?
No. March 21st. Where is that?
It's going to be held at the Heritage Club at Bethpage, the golf course there.
Yeah.
Yes.
At March 21st, I think it was 6 o'clock. If people would like to come, they can come to our website, www.help, H-E-L-P, America, here, HEAR.org/casino night. And
that's a Tuesday, correct?
That's a Tuesday night, correct?
Okay, I just wanted to make sure.
Fun night that's going to be.
All right, so one more time. Where is that event?
It's going to be at the Heritage Club, Bethpage, Tuesday, March 21st. You can get the tickets at helpamericahere.org/casino night.
Got it.
And you know what, guys? We take for granted a lot.
Yes.
When you can hear well. I mean, even me, I can hear pretty well. I'm just one ear is shot, but I can still hear well. I can see, pretty good. Mitch, I give you so much credit for fighting through, these well, I'm not going to call them a disability, because you don't seem to handle them like a disability. It seems to fire you up a little more through your life.
Yeah.
To do more good for other people. It's
There
very
is
commendable.
nothing that Mitch does not do, and I think when I first met Mitch, I met Mitch back on your roast when your friends were having a roast. Remember that? That was
yes, I do.
20 years. And then he was interested in taking my stand-up university class, and he took that
seriously,
really seriously, graduated, and he still does comedy to this day.
Yeah,
which is amazing.
I just enjoy making people laugh in this stressful world.
Yeah,
absolutely. I know what you mean. That's great.
What's one of your favorite jokes?
Yeah, give us one of your favorite jokes that you tell, or skit.
Okay. So I once played in a charity softball game.
Yeah.
I'm coming in from the outfield, and my buddy yells out to me, "Man, this isn't your game." I said, "Why? Is it because of the 2-line drives that went between my legs?" He said, "No. Everyone went home an hour ago."
Did you write that? You didn't write that.
Well, I may have helped.
No, did you write that joke?
That's his joke.
That is a funny joke. What else? You got another one or two for us?
I'm sorry.
Do you have another one? Or two?
One. He likes the jokes.
The hearing aid.
I'm sorry. My wife is talking to me on the side.
Hi, Donna.
Hi, Donna.
You should do the hearing aid one.
The hearing aid.
There you go.
Okay. I know which one. See, when I was in sixth grade, kids used to make fun of me all the time. So I got so frustrated, I grabbed my hearing aid, threw it against the wall. It broke into a million little pieces. When I got home, I never heard the end of it.
It's a hearing joke.
Yeah, it's a hearing joke.
Here, one more. Give us one more, Mitch.
All right. I asked my wife, I said, "Why'd you marry me? Is it because I'm good looking and sexy?" She says, "Nah, I knew you'd never look at another woman."
Very good.
Great.
Mitch Shapiro. All right. So one more time, website and the date of the event.
Okay. The website is help, HELP, America, here, HEAR.org/casino night, March 21st, Tuesday night at the Heritage Club in Bethpage.
All right, I put that on my calendar. I'd like to go.
Go to that.
I'd like to go.
Say hello to Mitch when you're there. For everybody out there, he'd love to meet you.
Make sure you say hello to me first, because you'll see me before I do.
All right, Mitch. Thank you so much for
Thanks
taking
for
Thank you so
joining us.
much.
Bye, Donna.
Bye, Donna.
Bye, Rich.
Let's go to break, and we'll be back with comic Alex Bradley.
We don't.
Zwanger Passeri has been delivering a true patient-centric experience for the past 70 years. You can always expect to be cared for with compassion, scanned on the latest technology, and a highly trained subspecialized radiologist to interpret your images.
And we're back with Laughter Saves Lives. Live! I like when we say that 3 or 4 times now.
You like it?
I do.
And they love it at home.
By the
They
way,
love it.
big news the other night at Laughter Saves Lives pickleball night.
I'm sorry I couldn't make it.
John Santo and I defeated, as Santo said, 2 millenniums. Is that, am I using the right term?
What?
Millenniums?
I don't know what
They were in their 30s.
Right.
Game is over in 11.
No, not ambassadors.
Ambassadors. The game is over at 11 points. You got to win by 2. The final score was 22-20. Santo and I were going crazy like we were playing in the World Series. My son's 2 friends hate us now. Hate us because
millennials.
Because we were rubbing it in, and then we won and we're jumping up and down. So let's bring out Alex Bradley. He looks like
that's my fault. You were talking about your son.
Alex is not
Alex,
millennial.
you were talking about your son. Don't you want to maybe say something about someone that lives with
happy
you?
9th anniversary to John and Trish.
Yay.
Yes, they gave me my 2
So
grandchildren, a beautiful couple. They both work very, very hard. I'm still looking at the other TV. And we have now what is he considered?
He's very funny comedian.
But he's not a millennial. What is he considered?
Oh, I don't know what he is.
I get to talk to you, I just sit here, just.
Listen, we've had on heroes tonight, Alex. Heroes.
You're saying you didn't have anybody for the hero segment. You got me. You bring me
Alex, what's the closest to a hero?
Yeah, what's the
you've become?
closest? Yeah, good question, Richie.
What did you do?
What makes me a hero? You're saying?
Yeah, Richie.
Have you ever had any
holding a
acts
thought right
of
now.
heroism in your life that you saved somebody's life?
Hey, I mean, you've seen how the show's going. I save it every week. What the hell is this disaster?
Good point.
Yeah,
good point.
Right,
yeah, that's a good point. All right. So I put Alex on the spot here.
Yeah.
Alex is one of my favorite young comics. You know why? Why do you think? You produce shows. Why would Alex be a favorite of mine?
Well, you know why I like him? He's clever and he's sharp.
Smart.
Yeah.
He's funny.
Right.
He'll set up your equipment and he doesn't ask for any money. That's what you like in a new comic.
Never complains.
Never complains.
Wow.
So there's
you have a big future ahead of you. You're strong, right? You go to the gym, work out.
Yeah, in construction.
John's getting a lot more heavier equipment.
I'll go.
Generation Z.
Did you know you're Generation Z?
Yeah, I knew that.
Oh, all right.
Well, we asked you 6 times.
The enthusiasm's killing me. All right. So Alex took a car ride to Newark, New Jersey with us a few weeks ago.
So much fun.
We had in the car 50-year-old and I'm 60. The rest of you guys, I don't know how old Roseanne is, but
I don't know.
She looks good, Roseanne.
Yeah.
But, she's
just 50.
What do you think?
Just 50.
Newton. Newark.
Where did I say?
Newton.
Newton?
Yeah, that's what you said.
I thought it was Newark, but okay.
We went to Newark the following week. It was Newton, then Newark.
Yeah.
So poor Alex is in the back of the car with all these old geezers, right?
Yeah.
And being a gentleman. And I said, wouldn't it be fun to bring Alex on to give us some advice? Like, hey, old guys, listen to what I'm telling you.
Yeah.
So, Alex, what advice do you have for us to get through the day and anything?
Okay. I mean, the first thing that I would say that I would like to clear up is that I'm 23 years old. And I just say that because a lot of people think that I'm older than that because I look like I'm from the Bible. But no, I'm 23. Yeah. That confuses people.
So you're 23?
Yeah.
See, that's disgusting.
And he does look like he's from the Bible.
He does.
Yeah.
You didn't hear him open his mouth.
You're very biblical.
Thank you.
So could you give us any assistance on how to deal with everyday our generation? Because I'm sure you get frustrated with us.
Did you tell him he's doing this?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, that would be no fun.
Because he came loaded. The first comedian we had on came loaded with his material, and now you're taking him.
No, I did tell him he was doing this. I did tell him he was doing this. I did tell him.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a challenge. He likes the challenge.
Okay, good.
Go ahead. What do you got?
He's praying biblical.
Yeah. I'm getting into character as Jesus. No. Well, I mean, okay. Well, that's the thing. I tell people I'm 23. This is something I notice when I say I'm 23. A lot of older people say, "Oh, you're 23. Hey, keep it. Remember, it doesn't last forever." And I think that they should stop saying that, because I think that they don't realize how little fun I'm having. Doesn't last forever? Thank God. That's what I say.
All right, so write that down. No, we shouldn't say that to the what is it? Gen Z.
Oh, you have your whole life ahead of you.
Yeah.
You hear that?
Yeah.
Like, oh, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
I think the problem is that it's a different time. I think that some older folks, when they were in their early 20s, they might have went to Woodstock or something. Yeah. When I was in my early 20s, you weren't allowed to have a gathering of 10 people.
That's true. That is so sad. That's true.
That's right.
They were doing drugs and touching each other's bodies. I wasn't allowed to touch my own face with my own hand. So that is why it's a different time.
Very good, Alex. Very good.
Yeah.
You're on fire. All right. So what else?
Something I notice is different between the generations is communication.
Mm-hmm.
Like when you guys got to reach out to somebody, what do you do?
We call or email.
Yeah. You see, what's the point of a phone call? Because nobody in my generation, I receive phone calls. Nobody in my generation makes phone calls.
Nope.
Unless like to my grandma on her birthday. That's the only time I call somebody. But right. I have probably my best friends, my closest friends that I've known for years, that I talk to every day, that I have never called them. So what's I want to understand, what's the point of the phone call here?
Well, I think also what we do is, if Alex doesn't answer the phone, which he's not going to answer if I'm calling him, right? He's not going to, because he doesn't.
Well, I called him and he wrote, "Text me."
Text me. That's what they'll do.
Yeah.
Go with that. We leave messages still, voice messages too.
Yeah.
Your generation doesn't know what a voice message is, right?
No, we know. We wish we didn't.
You don't check it, and then I'll leave my phone number. Right? Do you still leave your phone number?
Yeah. I leave my phone number, but
I get phone calls from older people, and they leave a message, and in the message you look at the message on the iPhone, it says who it's from, what day it was, right, and call them back, and then they leave the message just to say, "Hi, this is me. This is Alex. I'm calling at 8:54 on Wednesday. You can call me back at 631." It's just.
It's too much.
There's a button with all that information.
Now, why do you think that is, though, Alex? That you guys don't want all this information from us? You busy, or it's just you don't have the what is it called? The attention span.
It's just faster to communicate with text.
Yeah,
and you can all the information you can do words. You can communicate tone with the punctuation, with emojis.
They don't do. I have a question for you, because now my son is 17, and his texts are very curt, very short
and curt.
Like no, or
it's possible he just doesn't like you.
That's probably it. He doesn't like me.
You know what I do, Alex? Now this you need to help me with.
Yeah.
Okay, because my daughter hangs up on me immediately when I call from the car. But the Bluetooth is not set up yet.
Uh-huh.
Now, they don't understand why when I get in the car, the Bluetooth isn't ready to go. Like, I'll call them and I'll be like, hold on.
Or it switches back and forth.
You've called me too in the car. Hold on. Wait a second.
Hold on.
And I'm like pressing buttons and waiting for it to come through. I apologize for our generation for that.
Again, I don't know if that's a generational thing or if your kids are just sick of you. I don't know. It's hard to say.
Yeah.
Could you imagine?
I so didn't want to talk to John. I actually texted his son the other day.
I know that. I know. My son goes, "I just got a text from Rich Lover. I think he's looking for you."
Yes.
All right. We got to go soon.
So we're going to call this segment young guy teaches the old guys.
Thank you.
I think that's too basic.
Alex, tell us where
Student has become the man.
Yeah, Alex, where are you performing next? Text us and let us know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, let us know.
Let us know right now.
Cool. Oh, God. Oh, where's my phone? Oh, God. Oh, God. The calendar.
Richie would be taking on his book.
I got it. No, I got it. I'm performing at Sound Avenue Bistro on Friday.
Oh.
In Riverhead.
Check the laughthersaveslives.org website for future shows. I forgot to read them. Laughthersaveslives.org. If you want to do a show,
our guests.
Thank you, Alex. Great job. Thank you, Butch. Great job. Guests were fantastic tonight.
Thank you,
Good
Bobby.
night, everybody. We're going to the diner.
Night,
Richie and I going to the diner. Burgers. No fries.
Thank you.
No fries, Richie.
No.
Maybe.
Old leather gloves, we're slapping in hands. Popcorn and peanuts, we're working the stands. Pink cotton candy, love on a stick. He's chasing the beer that circle the lips. Play ball, play ball. Load up the bases and smack it right over the wall. Play ball, play ball.